We are getting ready to exit the womb. This is the rising of the sun, and anything that we refuse to put down, that we will not let go of, that we have been called to let go of, is a cross that we will have to bear into the new dream when we come out of the womb. This is something that we're going to have to continue to carry, and this is something that I've had put on my heart for a little while now to talk about medicine. Medicine that needs to be let go of, emotionally manipulative medicine, particularly tarot. As we rise with the sun, for those who are, that means the fate, the karma, the moon. This is what the ties, the attachments to the mother and to the chains that have been put on her need to be released. And that is also, for many, the medicine of the tarot. The medicine of the tarot has the same source as religion, the same exact source. Kind of like, I'm going to make a problem and then supply you something to fix it that's going to keep you in emotional cycles over and over and over. That's what the moon does. It keeps you bound in cycles. Not every tarot reader, online or offline, uses this medicine irresponsibly. That is not at all what I'm saying. There are conscious tarot readers, and they were called to tarot. Maybe they were called to tarot only for a period of time, but for the most part, most people online were not called to pick up that medicine. It was never their medicine to pick up, and what it has done is kept many people bound online. There are many people who have mother wounds, who have attachments, abuse, pain, a lot of things that have been passed down cycle after cycle, lineage after lineage, and I work with the womb medicine. So what happens when you are offering medicine that is emotionally manipulative, that is keeping people bound in cycles over and over and over? It is very easy to have somebody triggered who is holding on to some kind of hope or is disappointed, right? Any type of shift in hormones, shift in emotions, that dopamine fix, or feeling really sad because of something online. And this goes with anything. Anything we view online can do this. Do not get me wrong. But there are many who picked up different types of medicine, not only tarot, that were not using this responsibly. It's the attachment to it, that emotional attachment. And this is also why many jump to religion and deal with darkness as well. Either way, if you jump ship back and forth like that, that is an attachment saying that something outside of me is going to help me and going to heal me. With that being said, there were many who jumped ship to religion they became obsessed with yoga or any other type of medicine that was really never theirs to pick up. It was only meant to be used for a period of time. Some people loved yoga and then they went and got certified, and then they started teaching and opening up a shop, and then they saw demons, and it's because that was not their medicine. You're going to face darkness when you have an attachment to something, especially something that was never yours to keep or to hold on to or to carry. This goes with love as well. As long as these cords and attachments are there, that umbilical cord to the moon, to the mother, to the lineage, to the pain of the lineage, to the cycles, this is what needs to be completely let go of if you have these, if this was used irresponsibly. So it doesn't matter what ship you jump on. The reason why I say tarot in particular is because all medicine has a source. And again, the source of the tarot is what bound people in the first place, and the source of all medicine who has dominion and authority over that medicine. So if you are using a medicine that you do not have authority over, you do not have authority to say who messes with the people that you're using that medicine on or how it's affecting them. You have no control over that because it was never your medicine to pick up in the first place. If this is for you, again, this is not for everybody, but there are many because it became very trendy and popular. All of the gifts, all of the tools that we learn are teaching us something about ourselves. So are our relationships. So everything's a reflection. Everything has some of the moon in it. Each herb, each god and goddess, each spirit animal, or anything that you were calling on outside of you to do something, to heal, was teaching you your gifts and what you have within you. So if you were attracted to a particular god and goddess for a long time, that played a really big part in your journey, what they do is showing you what one of your super strengths are. And the people that hurt us, that made us need the medicine in the first place, but they too were part of the medicine. The medicine doesn't always taste good, but if you are using the medicine, the binding medicine of the moon, that is what it does. It is that gravity pull that keeps you pulled into cycles. You cannot free people. You can only bind people with binding medicine. The sun is the truth, and the sun is what sets you free. That is what purifies the womb. Many people learn spiritual medicine and things about themselves and will be doing nothing like that. Will be doing nothing that they were learning or any of those modalities. They will simply be using that to put towards their career, their future, in any type of work they are called into. It is very easy when you have an ADHD multidimensional heart to jump into new things and say, I'm really good at it. I'm really good at it. This is for me. This is for me. That's because you're highly gifted. You can learn a lot of things from these different things. It is just that all of them were not meant to be picked up. And even if they were, some of them, it is time to let go. The medicine of the moon, of the subconscious and the psyche and self-reflection is this. We need this medicine. It is the source of the medicine and where it comes from. There are many who are using the very means and the medicine that bound their family or the mother and women in general or families in general in the first place. It is truly about the source of each medicine, and the skin color and culture that one is born into has very little to do with the medicine that their soul is familiar with. In fact, there are many who are born into many different lineages, souls that are very experienced, that have picked up many gifts over lifetimes, so they can break the cycles of that lineage. So it is not based on necessarily what you know. In fact, many were also introduced to medicine that their lineage was so they could see the negative effect that it had on the family to break those cycles. So the medicine of the moon is not what I'm saying is negative in general. That is how we reflect, but how you break free from these cycles, how we break free from these cycles, is taking what was in the moon and what was in the dark and then expressing it in the sun through art now that it has been purified. That is the medicine of the mother. That is the transmutation process. That is how you heal. That is how you create. You take what was in the dark, what happened in the past, and turn it into your art, turn it into healing, turn it into medicine. And again, it may not even be any type of particularly spiritual medicine, but anything is spiritual that comes from the heart. So this is our spirit. This is how we are able to see beyond. So your multi-dimensional heart has likely picked up on many different types of medicine. This entirely depends on the soul. You carry the medicine of your soul into the next lifetime. So many of these things were only a stepping stone to get you to remember and realize your gifts. And how you heal and break free from these chains is to take what was in the dark, what was in the shadow, what you learned about your past, your lineage, the world, anything that you learned, is to take what was in the dark and the shadow, in the womb, and the pain, and the resentment, and the anger, and the fear, and the imprisonment, and take all of that and express it. You bring it to the sun. We are in the rising of the sun. So you bring that to light, and that is going to be the medicine.